Man, welcome back to another episode of the Play for Keys podcast, the only podcast where we do something different every single day. Not an episode, not an hour.
Not a minute. Every single day.
Not a minute, not a second. Every single day. And in real time, I'm hearing the group chat tell me that Bobby Slowick has been fired. Wow. That's not surprising. They've been wanting that nigga up out of there. Shout out to them.
Like comes at you fast. They was like, oh my gosh, he's so amazing. Now we're like, oh my gosh, you fucking suck. And now he's fired.
Hey man, I wish it was that easy. I wish it was that fucking easy.
Man.
If you knew if you new to this, so like, subscribe, comment down below. We will comment back.
Yeah, we had to start. We had to start.
You know what I mean? We will comment back. We talked to the team management. We had a meeting. You know, some changes will be made immediately. Thank you for your patience. But before we get into anything, for the new people in here, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Greg. My co-host is Jax.
What's up?
We're the Play for Keys podcast.
It's been a minute since we introduced ourselves. I'm glad we did it again.
The podcast for casuals. If you're a casual, this is the podcast for you. No questions asked.
Yeah.
No questions asked. We have a lot of things to talk about. But before we talk about the important stuff, let's go ahead and get that that stuff that's not the meat and potatoes.
We do not care.
The stuff we just don't care about, Jax. This is a rather here. We do not care. But let's go ahead and start off with Jimmy Butler getting suspended again. I don't care.
Yeah. We said it last time that we didn't care, that whatever we said last time until the trade happens, we don't care. He got suspended again because he missed the flight. We still don't care until that trade happens, bro.
Like Nick Saban said, then quit asking. Nigga.
Although you seen the report that they said that I think Shams was like, oh yeah, Jimmy and the Heat, they're officially there's no patching it up. There's no getting back together again. So
I knew that.
He's just gonna keep bidding all that. So, I guess Jimmy. I guess.
I also heard a report where it was just like he's willing to go anywhere but Memphis.
I'm like, what did Memphis do to Jimmy?
What did Memphis do to you, nigga? And then Memphis was like,
Memphis is a good team.
And then Memphis was, I think there's reports that Memphis like still wants to like get in like the Jimmy Butler like sweepstakes just to like do a playoff push, and then he can be a free agent and that can offload like, you know, as like a salary dump so that they can give
go get somebody.
No, but like basically to kind of like get more money for like Jaren Jackson Jr. when his extension is ready. So they'll dump off some contracts, and then his salary dump for the upcoming offseason will give him enough to sign Jaren and then get some more pieces if they want to get some more pieces. I was like, that's strategic. That's strategic. I like the move, like a little rental, like a 4-month rental, because they're a good team
For sure.
But I don't know what
like,
the fuck.
Jimmy, you be in the hole. I just need you to walk it real fast.
You don't like Ja? Damn, nigga.
It's crazy.
Literally anywhere else. Like, you will go to the Wizards before Memphis is crazy. Like, listen to what this nigga said. He said, anywhere but Memphis. That's crazy.
Bro. That's all I gotta say. I guess like Memphis don't seem that bad, and you're a millionaire anyway, so it's not gonna be bad for you. But whatever, we do not care about that.
Yeah, they must not like coffee for real. Anyway,
we do not care.
We don't care about the Titans talking about they won't pass up on a generational talent. I'm here to tell you right now, there's no generational talent in this draft for real, for real. Or let me rephrase it. Go ahead.
Okay. And if the Titans are the ones drafting that generational talent, like, what are they? Who was the last generational talent they drafted? Like Derrick Henry, I guess.
Derrick Henry, and what you do?
And he was good. He was good with the Titans, but
Yeah, but like you didn't maximize any of that.
Yeah, he went to Baltimore. Yeah, they just lost, unfortunately. But you see what he could do over there?
Exactly. It's like you just had that nigga parked in the garage for real. Like you wasn't using that shit.
You rushed for 2,000 yards on like an 8-win team. Like, what are we doing here?
Like, come on now. Even you wouldn't know what to do with a Wemby. Fuck. You know, doing all that, nigga. It's crazy. That's crazy. We don't care. And your uniforms is trash. Washed. Focus on that. Focus on that, nigga.
We do not care.
We do not care. We also don't care about the Cowboys head coaching hunt,
Search.
hiring, search.
Whatever you want to call it. We don't care. Dion, Bryce, Schottenheimer, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be whatever decision they make will be the wrong one. So it's not even worth spending time on it.
Whatever you're gonna choose, I'm not gonna like. So why stress over?
Didn't make me mad either way. I'm regardless of what you choose, I'm going to complain. So it is what it is.
I'm going to complain equally, like, because Schottenheimer. At that point, you might as well just get Dion. Because what the fuck? Like, I don't care about Schottenheimer.
At that point, like, bring Mike McCarthy back since we're just playing games. Like, since we're just doing stupid shit. That's why I wasn't tripping. We're just having fun. Just playing with emotions. Just go bring back Mike McCarthy.
That's why I wasn't tripping on like
bring back Jason Garrett since you want to do stupid stuff.
All right, let's slow down. Like, please, I was with you, but damn, all right, let's chill.
My fault. All right.
We do not care.
Also, the Unks are also beefing on Twitter. Marcellus Wiley and Ryan Clark. We do not care. Y'all need to go sit down somewhere.
Please, y'all are like 50. Y'all are too. I don't know if y'all are 50, but y'all are like 50. So like,
in my mind,
why are you arguing on the internet, bro?
And then y'all dropping pictures and shit. Like, this the same one.
The pictures are the bad thing that they're dropping songs, or one party is dropping songs. Marcellus Wiley is dropping songs. It's terrible.
Drop the diss track.
Please quit it. Please.
What? Hey, who did it? Hey, who did it worse? Marcellus Wiley or the Washington Commanders?
Like that Commander song is like garbage, but it's an actual like I guess song at least. Like you can be like, oh, okay, you can play it, and it'll be trash. But you be like, oh, okay, they're making the song. You listen to what Marcellus Wiley did, you can be like, oh, this is garbage juice. Like, why is this in my ears? So I'll say he did it worse.
I think Marcellus.
They really both lose.
I think Marcellus took too long to get into the diss. I think that's the problem.
I think that might have been. His might have been a real freestyle.
Nigga was just making noise. Nigga, making noise. Also,
we do not care.
4-2 Dugg. We don't care, but you do need to get some help.
I was like, you say we don't. I think we do care because you need help, Dugg, Mr. Dugg, Mr. 4-2, whatever you want to call yourself. He is a gambling addict. And like maybe he's dealing with traumas because ain't he like fresh out of jail or something like that, bro? Like he can't keep doing this. He's going to go broke.
I'm looking at his tweets right now. Literally, the first thing I see 21 hours ago. Weakest nigga in the fucking world. How you miss 2 free throws for the fucking money, you lame ass nigga? Talking about Pascal Siakam.
Well, he put 15,000 on Pascal Siakam, so he could win 27,000. He did not get that. Just scrolling through, like the past like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are all gambling tweets, except for he retweeted a Young Thug verse, which I get it. But he complained about Arkansas. What is this one? He complained about the national championship game.
And I'm trying to figure out. I had a similar slip to that nigga, and I won money. Wait, go back.
Wait, this one right here?
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's the problem. I did them same people. Well, except for Henderson. Yeah. But I took like anytime touchdowns. I just took like, hey, yo, they get a touchdown at any time. And they all got their touchdowns like in the first half, and I won money. This nigga here, literally, I ended literally the next tweet. Goff, bitch, you got a diss song coming immediately. Damn.
I mean, like, Goff, it's not your fault. I was just tripping. My bad. Like, bro.
Damn, bro, this is bad. How long has this been going on?
I don't know.
He's starting off the year just. He said Jalen Miro ain't shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody in the world say.
Yeah. Get some help, brother. Get some help. Call that number. What is it? 1-800-GAMBLER or Gambler or Gambling or whatever the number is. Please call it.
Oh,
please call it.
That brother needs prayer.
Oh my god.
Hey, this is what happens when you. Hey, this is what happens when you don't have a praying grandmother. I promise, bro. That nigga does not have a praying grandmother in this. It shows, bro. It shows. But I think that's all of the We Do Not Cares. I think we care about everything else. But before we finally get into that, you know I have to collect your coins.
Donations.
You know I gotta
Donations.
know I gotta do it to y'all.
I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. And you got the power to change that.
Look, I can't.
I
can't eat. I actually had a turkey sandwich before this podcast started. I am fine, but we can still donate. I'm not starving though, and obviously.
All I hear is this that check came me. I love it when you talk to me. My cats to see. My cats to see. I love it when you talk to me. My cats to see. My cats to see. This that check.
That song is indistinguishable from the original to me now. I don't like this is the original song now. I don't know. I don't remember how Strong's voice sounds in real life.
Yeah. Leland, you've done irreparable damage to any nigga that's listened to this podcast for more than 2 months. You have blurred the lines. You have blurred the lines. Also, shout out to that random guy that followed us months ago as like a Miami Heat podcast, and you wanted to collab.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I think it's about that time, brother. I think it's about that time. It's a lot of turmoil going on in your city. I would like to tap in. Does not matter which platform you want to do it on. I'll reach out to you. I low-key kind of forgot. But
not even look high key. Shoot.
Yeah, it's about that time. It's about that time. Well, let's go ahead and start. Before we start going into the professionals and stuff, let's go into the semi-pros because these are not college athletes no more. Go back into the semi-pros. Let's go check that national championship game before we even talk about it. Shout out to Bernice King. They brought her up there for the coin toss. She just watched everything.
Why was she there? I didn't see that part.
Well, I mean, it's the you're observing them.
No, I get why she was there, but why was she there? If that makes sense. Like, yes, okay.
She thought she was gonna
makes sense, but
she thought she was gonna flip the coin.
She should. If you're gonna bring her out there, let her flip the coin.
They brought her out there, and the ref just flipped the coin.
All right.
And then she was just like she started like retweeting some stuff, and she was like, "Yeah, like if you wonder why my face was distraught, I was just confused because you brought me up to the center of the field, and I just thought I was gonna flip the coin, and I didn't. I was just there." I was like, valid points. And then she started crashing out on Sexy Red and other people that were
she should have
using AI images. Of Martin Luther King. Them.
Oh, that's nothing so bad.
It's just so bad. I get it, Bernice, but you don't need to go ahead. You don't need to stoop down low and talk to these trolls because these trolls don't give a fuck. They gonna take it to hell. Bernice, leave this out. Respectfully, Bernice, Mrs. King or Miss King. I don't know if you're married.
I don't know.
Sit this one out. Respectfully, they don't care about you like that. But now let's get into the actual game. Jax, how did you feel? We both picked Ohio State to win this.
Yeah.
How you how you feel about this? How do you feel about this national championship game?
I wasn't surprised. I actually stopped watching it in the third quarter because I was like, bro, it's getting bad. They're putting belt to ass to them, bro, because they were down. I think they were up like
21 or something,
28-7 or 30-7, something like that for a very long time in the third quarter. That's when I was like, oh, okay, this is just like how Alabama did them. I think it was maybe like what 10, 12 years ago when Alabama stomped out Notre Dame national championship. So I stopped watching then. But I think the final score ended up being 34-23. So it did get closer.
Shout out to Great House, the wide receiver that had 2 back-to-back touchdowns. It brought them kind of back in the game, kind of sort of. But it was pretty much over. It was one of those.
Like, the talent gap between, like, yes, it's Notre Dame. Yes, you guys will get, big recruits and all that. But, like, this Ohio State, they've been a top 10 team in the country for, like, the past 15 years, maybe longer. I don't know. Yeah. So, it's like, I'm not surprised they won. So, and congratulations to Marcus Freeman, though, for getting there in the first place. He's first black head coach to coach a national championship game. So, he lost, but he didn't really lose because he's up there. So
yeah, Marcus Freeman is an Ohio State alum. So I mean,
really,
yeah, he used to play. He played for Ohio State in I think it was 2005.
I thought he went to Notre Dame. That's why he coached there. Because I'm like, who's going to coach?
I mean, I don't know if he went to Notre Dame, but yeah, the research I had.
I didn't know the Ohio State connection though, but that's cool.
That is interesting. You gotta. Your idols turn into your rivals, I guess. But yeah, I mean, look, Jax, this shit was boring. Let's cut the bullshit. We put this at the top of the show because we want to pay homage to it, but we did not give a fuck about this game. We didn't give a fuck about this matchup, and there's just a lot of people talking about, like it's January. We deep into January, talking about a national championship, like wild card games in the NFL played. And you worried, and we got fucking national championship aspirations at the college level.
It's actually been, I think it's been, because national championship that was this past week. I think it's been like 2 months since the regular season for college football ended. Yeah, like because that ended in like the last week of November or something like that, around like that Thanksgiving week was like a bunch of the rivalry weeks, so it was around that time. It's been 2 months since then. And we're just now getting the end of the season. The regular season been over since November. So this isn't really that big of a concern, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, like as far as how football is played and all that. But like the college football playoff committee and all of them, they need to figure out like a way to sort of streamline the season so it's not damn near February we get a national championship, especially if they want to expand the playoffs. So they're gonna have to figure something out with that.
Yeah, I think there should be. I mean, I always felt like 8 teams was perfect. I always felt like 12 was too many. But ultimately, it's up to them to how they're gonna do it. But this is the first year. It's the first year for everything. It just felt weird. Normally, by the 5th or the 6th, but anything before the 10th, it's like, oh, okay, bet. Like this is when the national championship happens. Yeah. Like, a few days after New Year's. We close to my birthday, y'all niggas out here. I mean, you doing this shit on MLK Day. An MLK Day, Natty? That's crazy. That's crazy. Also, I need somebody to look into the Notre Dame lacrosse team. Want somebody to look into the Notre Dame lacrosse team. Those are some. I don't know what they build in there. That is such an elite program of dual sport ass niggas that they have that just find a way to play D1 football after they leave the lacrosse team at Notre Dame. I don't know what workout plan they got. There was I mentioned that quarterback last week that transferred out, went to Alabama as a backup for Jalen Milroe. There was there was one confirmed. I think there was 2 wide receivers, but there was one wide receiver in that national championship game for Notre Dame that had won a national championship with the lacrosse team back in May, and now he's in a national championship with Notre Dame. And he wasn't on scrub. He was one of the contributing wide receivers in that Notre Dame, like for Notre Dame. Like he didn't get a touchdown, but I think he led the team in yards that game, if I'm not mistaken. Niggas cold. They need to be investigated. What the fuck y'all doing over there? What kind of recruits are y'all getting?
I mean, lacrosse, it's not like football, but it's damn near like football, sort of, kind of, because they be in the pad, they be hitting, they be running. So like, I'm not that surprised.
No, I am surprised because you hitting on a lot of people. Like it's multiple people. It's multiple, and y'all playing like SEC football. Y'all playing like national championship level games. I'm like, damn. Which means they were playing football like back in high school. What are you doing? You said what?
They probably were playing football in high school.
And I'm assuming if they are this good to be playing D1 football, you would be getting D1 offers. I just want to know what the selling point was for a nigga to say, you know what? I'm not going to take this D1 football offer. I'm going to go to lacrosse because more than one player than did this. I just want to know like what they got in that bag in Notre Dame. I just need to know.
Probably something illegal, but whatever.
It is what it is. But
now we got the national championship out the way. Let's get into the real meat and potatoes, because we done seen a lot of head coach hirings in the NFL, and we already last week talked about Mike Vrabel. He got not fired, but he got hired by the Patriots, and he just brought back the Patriots' old offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels to be the offensive coordinator again. That's funny, but cool, I guess. He been working there. I think he's been there damn near his whole career. Except for a couple head coaching shots. But regardless, that don't really matter. Now we got the two big fishes in the coaching market. The two most sought after names, Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson, the defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator of the Lions, respectively. They both got hired. Aaron Glenn, who I did not know. I saw some Aaron Glenn highlights. I didn't know he was that. He was also the 12th pick overall in his draft. So like, I didn't know he was that good. Like,
I didn't know that either. I did not know that.
Aaron Glenn was good, but yeah, he got hired by the team that drafted him, the Jets. And I think he's gonna be a good coach. I like that. I want him for the Cowboys, but Dallas doesn't get nice things, so not surprised. And then Ben Johnson, he went to the Chicago Bears, and that was sort of speculated heavily for a long time because they're like, oh, he's gonna want to play with a quarterback like Caleb Williams because he can sort of do everything. So those aren't surprising moves, but I think if I had to choose one who's gonna probably be a little bit better than the other, I want to say that Aaron Glenn might have a better start to their career, at least in their teams.
I think that's where I disagree. I think Ben Johnson would, surprisingly, because at first, look, when you sent me what you sent me, like, damn, this nigga got some speed on him. God damn.
But Aaron Glenn was good, bro. Yeah, I think he had like 41 picks or something which is nobody has 41 picks now, bro.
That's crazy.
Like, he was cold, bro.
That's crazy. But I also know that Aaron Glenn, like the defensive side of the ball, I don't think I was ever going to have an issue with that with the Jets. Because as much as I talk my trash about Ahmad, I think Aaron Glenn will, turn that nigga back to sauce at some point. Like I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about the offensive side of the ball, which is what I've always been concerned about, even when Zach Wilson was there. So if they get something together there, that's when I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, I'll care. With the Bears, I don't know too much about their defense, but I feel like Ben Johnson can do a great job with Caleb Williams, and I think he can unlock some things over there. He has the weapons. He's an offensive minded guy. People want to throw shade about Ben Johnson about not necessarily the division stuff, but like his like play calling stuff. Yeah. I'm like, yo, like you live with your results or you die with your results. That nigga was doing unhinged stuff for years. Like, nigga is Detroit. There's plenty of times where them niggas went for it on fourth down in their own territory, but because they converted it, nobody bats an eye. But all of a sudden, it doesn't work this one time. Now all of a sudden, it's what the fuck is this nigga doing? All right, bro. I think it's still a good hire. I think Ben Johnson may have better out the gate success because I just don't know what the quarterback situation looks like in New York. I don't.
That's real. That's real. The only thing the thing that sort of makes me want to take the Jets over the Bears as far as early success is because just Ben Johnson, like low key, like one, I don't think he's actually been coaching that long, so he doesn't have as much experience as Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn, he hasn't been a head coach, but he's been around coaching forever, and he also played for X amount of years in the league, so he has that experience and all that. But like Ben Johnson, he's sort of like, I think he's good, but I think he might just be like a little too, just a tad bit, which ain't nothing wrong with it, just like a little too cocky, like a little too, because I drew this play up, it's gonna work, like because some of the stuff he does is very head ass, but it works. And I feel like Caleb Williams, he's also a quarterback like that too, where if I'm in the play, I can just do whatever I want. It's gonna work. So I think like they might have like a little like butting of heads, trying to like just mesh with each other for a second. And there's probably going to be some trash ass, dumbass plays like when they try to trick play just off the strength of they're being the Bears. So they're gonna fuck up a play or two just because they're Chicago and they're cursed. But that's what sort of makes me lean towards Aaron Glenn might have a little more success early on.
So we've allowed, like, I think LaMelo Ball has been the general consensus of dickhead basketball.
Yes.
Do you feel like this will be dickhead football? I don't think I've ever seen dickhead football before.
No, this is dickhead play calling. I don't know if you can. I don't think there can be dickhead football because like you mess around like that, you're gonna get cleaned up. You're gonna get cleaned up just because that's just how stuff happens. But dickhead play calling is exactly what that is. Like that play, I think it was against the Bears where Jared Goff, he like faked a fumble and then threw it like that's dickhead play calling. Like
absolutely.
When they had Penei Sewell like run a route and they threw it to him, that's dickhead play calling. Like that's some shit that gets you beat the fuck up. So I think the dickhead play calling might influence them. It might make them a little bit worse in the short term, but I do think they're going to be good though, successful. So yeah.
Hey, this is the reason why niggas start toting guns, bro.
Listen, bro.
Oh shit. Yeah. Moving on from them to other.
I actually want to get to the hire that sort of just happened first, which is Pete Carroll. He was just hired by the Raiders, and he's 72. So there's that. He might be 73 now. I don't know. Let me see real fast. How old is Pete Carroll?
Yeah, he might be 73 now.
Oh yeah, he's 73 now. So there's that. But Pete Carroll, when he was in his prime, like Pete Carroll, he's a good coach. I have no problem with Pete Carroll. He's just old, but the Raiders, they need somebody with experience. They need somebody with like familiarity, I feel like, with the area and how to like get people to just buy in and stuff like that. And I think that's Pete Carroll. So for them, I'm not too mad at it, honestly. I think he's a good coach. So I like that hire for the Raiders.
Yeah, man, this just, it just smells like Tom Brady all over it. You know what I mean? I feel like Tom Brady really.
Yeah. Tom Brady not going to let them get no idiot.
Very true. I think Tom Brady knows what he be doing, or at least he's very intentional on the type of
Mhm.
organization he's trying to, establish in Las Vegas. So, look, I don't know what the quarterback future looks for them,
At all.
but
At all.
I don't know. I just don't see Tom Brady having no dickhead at the QB position either. So, I mean,
We
I
will
don't know.
see.
We will see.
But the other coaching hire that happened is the Jacksonville Jaguars. They have their head coach, and it's Liam Cohen, the former offensive coordinator of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And are you familiar with how the story went, Greg?
No. Enlighten me. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna need a little help, a little reading guide, because it was a circuitous journey, to say the least. Because the Bucks, they've been better this season than people expected. Baker, he balled out. Mike Evans got his usual 1,000 yards. The offense looked good despite the various injuries, like Chris Godwin breaking his leg and all that. So the Bucks, they had a good offense, and Liam Cohen, he's sort of bouncing around a little bit, but he's cool with Sean McVay. And once you're cool with Sean McVay, that's you automatically get a head coaching job.
It's a coastline right there.
Literally. So he went to interview with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Jags, they are historically a trash franchise, but recently they've been trashed because they have the GM by the name of Trent Baalke, who is everybody thinks he sucks. Everybody thinks he sucks around the NFL. People don't want to go to Jacksonville because they're like, oh, he's bad at his job, all that stuff. But for some reason, the owner's just really, really loyal to him, and he was like, you know what? I'm not gonna fire him unless we hire a head coach and he wants to get him fired. Now that's sort of backwards because the GM hires the head coach. So why don't he hire somebody that wants to fire him? But that's neither here nor there. Liam Cohen, he went to interview with the Jags. They couldn't get a deal done, so he left. And then I think like an hour later, the owner for the Jaguars, he fired Trent Baalke. He fired that GM. So that was sort of like, people were like, oh, this is sort of weird because they didn't let all these good coaching candidates go. And Liam Cohen, he left to accept the offensive coordinator job at the Bucs again because they give him a raise. So he's already leaving. So this is stupid. Why are they doing that? So they fired Trent Baalke. And then they hit up Liam Cohen again and was like, hey, you want to we fired him. You want this job back? And Cohen, he was already supposed to have left. But allegedly, now this is where it gets a little tricky. Allegedly, he has a child who had to go to the hospital for something. We don't know why. I think his wife was on Twitter as well. She put out statements. She's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys are trying to drag my family through this and blah, blah, blah. Because, Bucs fans are mad. But like his kid had to go to the hospital. So they stayed in Jacksonville an extra day. And because of that, the Bucs, they're trying to go ahead and get his signature on the new contract they had just agreed to, so he could get paid more and stay with them. But he was still in Jacksonville, and they kept trying to call him, and he just wasn't answering his phone because he went back with the Jaguars to take that interview with them. And they fired the GM. They gave him an even bigger raise than what the Bucs were doing, and now he's the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's a fucking journey. I get it though, but that's
I've never been in that situation, so I can't say like I want to say I wouldn't handle it that way. Like I'd at least call and be like, hey, I'm back interviewing with them again because they offer me more money. I'd at least probably done that to the Bucs, but like I said, I ain't never been in that interview, so I can't judge that man for that. But Bucs fans are very, very, very upset, and I get it, but I can't hate on him.
Yeah, the only way I would look at this a little sideways is if he was making a lateral move, like it was just going to be like Jacksonville to be an offensive coordinator or whatever. But we moving to head coaching and shit, and you didn't just fired your GM just recently over just what I mean, like. Not saying that in a very weird way, but it's just kind of like, oh, okay, like your stipulations on why you're firing him is kind of like whatever. I'm not telling nobody nothing. I'm not telling the Tampa Bay. I'm not being transparent with nobody because you're gonna be like, oh, okay, that's enough. Like, once we give you this offer, you can't come back. What if the Jacksonville shit don't fall through and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I know what we said, but nah, we couldn't make the deal. Like I know what I said. It's another interview, but we couldn't fall through. Now you out of both jobs. I'm not telling my employer nothing until shit is solidified and I have signed something, especially in this weird ass industry.
Fair enough.
Especially with the Jacksonville Jaguars, which is crazy. I'm thinking about this. Like, this is still Florida. Like, he's not moving nowhere. Like, he's still in the state.
How far is Tampa from Jacksonville? I think Tampa probably far. I don't know.
Well, I mean, of course he'll have to move, but like he's not flying. Like, it's not like he's flying.
This is why Google sucks. So I just Google, like, normally you type in a place to a place, it'll tell you how far it is. It's talking about LA. Like, just tell me how far it is.
Like I said, LA. This is crazy. That is.
Somebody pull a map quest, bro. That's why they just shit.
Tampa Bay to
it's only 100. Oh, it's 171 miles away. That's not far at all.
Nigga, ain't that like from Houston to Galveston, nigga?
It's a 3-hour drive. That's not far at all.
Oh, yeah.
That's not,
yeah.
That's not far at all.
Like you're good. Like I'm saying, like you ain't gotta go nowhere, bro. Like you just went. All you did was just move conferences. You just went from the NFC to the
You went down the street. Literally
up the road, nigga. So yeah.
And he both in. I think. Well, I would say the AFC South is just as weak as the NFC South as well. So, like, this is low key a good little move he did. Like I said, I'm not mad at it. The way he got to the job is a little crazy, but I'm not mad at all.
But Jacksonville is an unhinged situation like that. Like their organization is questionable to say the least. So I can't even question this nigga's decision making.
Yeah,
especially when I know he got that's a white man. I know he got a family.
Mm-hmm.
I know he got some kids to take care of, a wife and whatever. He gonna make the best decision for himself.
Yeah,
you just a skip and a hop away. Both of them divisions are fake good.
I don't even think you call it fake good. This is bad.
Like they lead you on because the NFC, what was it? The NFC South, they started off so strong.
Yeah.
Like, oh damn, this really might be like an entertaining division, and then they just all tanked. I was like, oh damn, okay, y'all look a little crazy. But hey, we'll see. I don't know much about him though, so I don't know if he's gonna be good or bad. I'm be honest with you. I don't know much about him. I just know he did.
We will see because like he had bounced around because I know he was with the Rams for a year, and then I know he was with like the college. He was with Kentucky for a year in college, and then I think he went to the Rams. And I think he went back to Kentucky, and now he's at Tampa. So he's been moving around quite a bit. So we'll see how he actually works with as being a head coach. But I mean, he got Trevor Lawrence, who he didn't play good this season, but we recognize him as a solid quarterback. So we'll see. We will see. We will see. We'll definitely see. And keeping up with NFL news, they dropped the awards finalists, I should say, for all their postseason awards, whether it be comeback player of the year, coach of the year, etc. So we're gonna take a look at that real fast. All right, so we'll just go ahead and start with comeback player of the year. The candidates are Joe Burrow, Sam Darnold, J.K. Dobbins, and none other than Christian Gonzalez and DeMar Hamlin. I was like, I know you're not hyping up Christian Gonzalez, nigga. What the fuck is that? Bro, Christian Gonzalez is cold. Respect to him, but I'm like, who are you hyping up, nigga? But DeMar, okay. I don't even know why this is a question. Because I'm not going. DeMar Hamlin was actually good this year, so it's gonna be DeMar Hamlin. Because he was really good. You think it's gonna be DeMar for real? Yeah, he was good this season. I'm not saying he wasn't good. I was just
Didn't he win comeback last
Who do
year?
you think is? No, that was Joe. They was mad because they gave it to Joe Flacco.
Oh, I wasn't mad. I fuck with Joe Flacco. I thought it was gonna be Sam Darnold because I know niggas was not expecting that nigga to win 12 plus games.
I mean, he just came back from being ass though, so like it's not really a comeback. I mean, actually, we saying all this.
DeMar
It could be
Hamlin
Joe
good
Burrow.
last year?
Huh?
So was DeMar Hamlin good last year, or was he just a body?
Like last year, DeMar Hamlin was just about like DeMar Hamlin wasn't good last year. Now he's good, so that's why.
I mean, I would give the edge to Sam Darnold, but I mean, am I mad for DeMar? No.
It could be Joe Burrow though, because he was actually cold this season. So
hell no.
All right, bro. All right. Whatever.
Yeah.
So wait, so who are you? So you're taking Sam Darnold and I'm taking DeMar Hamlin.
I'm picking somebody that made the playoffs. Whoever made the playoffs, you're in contention for me. DeMar Hamlin, if you win, I won't be upset. Like it's not like this is a robbery. Because DeMar Hamlin played good. He had some impact moments last game. And look, I think it's Sam Darnold, but it's definitely not no damn Joe Burrow. I'm sorry. I'm not giving no nigga that did not make the playoffs no shit like that. Sorry.
For coach of the year, we have, or for just the coach of the year, there's Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell, Sean Payton, Dan Quinn, and Andy Reid. And then on the assistant coach of the year, it's Joe Brady, who's with the Bills, Vic Fangio, who's with the Eagles, Brian Flores, who's with the Vikings, and Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson, who were with the Lions, and now they got they both got head coaching jobs now.
For me, it's going to be a coin flip between. Well, I mean,
I don't think it'll be Dan.
For coaches, this is a rare case where there's a
case for every single.
There's a case for everybody. Everybody has their own case. So I can't. Literally, I won't be mad at any of these people getting coach of the year. I don't like Andy Reid.
Andy Reid's always going to be in contention because they're just good.
Dan Quinn led the Commanders to a 12-win playoff contender team, which nobody thought would be a contender in the NFC Championship. Sean Payton was in the playoffs with Bo Nix. That enough should at least just kind of offset whatever the fuck you did with Russell Wilson. Kevin O'Connell revived Sam Darnold's career. And then Sam Darnold shot himself in the foot in the playoffs. But we won't talk about that. And then Dan Campbell is Dan Campbell.
Yeah, literally.
I don't know who to pick. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know.
With this, I would lean toward Dan Quinn because last year the Commanders, they had like the second overall pick, and now they're in the was it third? I don't know. They had like a top 5. They were trash garbage juice last season, and now they're in the NFC Championship. So I would lean towards Dan Quinn. And then,
I'm not mad at Dan Quinn. And there's going to be a conversation to be had about what Detroit looks like next year when you lose your defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator in the same offseason.
That's when we're going to see how good Dan Campbell really. Like, I don't think he's back coach, but we're going to see how good he really is because he's losing his top 2 guys.
Of course.
And for the assistant coaches, though,
this is Brian Flores has a nice case.
I would take him because the Lions, but the Vikings defense was disgusting this season, and that was the reason they won a lot of those games because Sam Darnold was actively trying to throw games away at times. So I would lean towards Brian Flores there.
Joe Brady has a nice case on him too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
you lose some quality receivers, and you still find your way into AFC Championship conversations. I would say it's a. I don't know who I would give the edge to. I still might give it to Brian Flores, maybe. And then from an offensive coordinator standpoint, it's neck and neck with Joe Brady and Ben Johnson for me. I don't know, but Brian Flores, I'm not mad at that.
Now, defensive rookie of the year. I mean, I don't know much about all these rookies. I just know Cooper DeJean is white and he's good. That's all I really know. But I think Quinyon Mitchell is better than him actually, so I lean towards Mitchell. But that's the extent of all commentary I have on that.
I don't know much about him. I don't know much about any of these people. I know Cooper is white, and I am slowly becoming a fan of Jared Verse. It's a funny man.
Oh yeah, I did see all the stuff he was. Yeah, so, I wouldn't be mad at Or I wouldn't be mad at any of these answers because I don't know. So there's that.
I want to know Chop's real name.
Let's find it out right now. Chop Robinson.
One of these days, I'm finna put the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire sound when you search things on Google.
Well, he was nicknamed Pork Chop because he weighed 14 pounds at birth.
Oh my God.
His name was later shortened to Chop, but his real name, I'm gonna share the screen because it looks like a word to me, and I'm like, there's no way they named their child this. So
I'm scared, dude.
Let me see.
Scared of what you about to put on this damn screen.
No, it's not like that bad, but like, do that not say like that look like Demon is his name?
Demion?
Or is it supposed to be Damien?
No, because there ain't no A. Demion?
Demian?
What happened to like when they used to give you the pronunciation next to it?
I don't even know how to pronounce with the pronunciation. I just be seeing the little thing. I have no idea. I'm gonna just keep calling him Chop because
let's call him Chop.
But yeah,
this is when I found out John's name was Demetrius.
they just name these people anything. But there's that. So offensive rookie of the year though, there's Brock Bowers, Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, Bo Nix, and Brian Thomas Jr. Literally every single one of these has an incredibly strong case.
Malik Neighbors plays for the New York Giants. That alone.
And you're still a 1,000-yard receiver.
I was a fan of Brock Bowers. He just didn't.
I didn't know he'd be this good though.
Fair, but I knew he could potentially be this good. I just didn't know coming out the gate he was going to be that crazy, especially with not no quarterback stability. Of course, Jaden Daniels being an NFC Championship appearing quarterback. And hey, look, whoever wins, Bo Nix is going to be a runner-up. Because man, I don't think they're gonna give Bo Nix it. I don't think they're gonna give it to Bo Nix. But god damn it, when I look at them damn stats, and when I look at that nigga play football, he's gonna be a runner-up, regardless of who they decide to give it to. He will be a runner-up, and I will not be mad at it.
I think they're gonna give it to Brian Thomas Jr. was also amazing this season.
Shout out to Brian Thomas.
I think he was like one of the league leaders in yards and touchdowns as a rookie. So and he was playing on a bad Jags team, so that's even crazier. But I think they're gonna give it to Jaden Daniels just because he's a quarterback, of course, and he's also been playing amazing in there in the NFC Championship. Yeah, I think it should go to Brock Bowers though, because he broke all those tight end records and everything, and he's literally the only player on the Raiders. So I'll give it to him, but I'm not mad at whoever it goes to, unless it goes to Bo Nix. I'll be furious.
Being furious is actually kind of crazy, but I understand the agenda that needs to be pushed. I'll let you have it. Yeah, I'm not mad. Jaden Daniels has the campaign for it, so I get it.
And then defensive player of the year, we got Zach Bond, Myles Garrett, Trey Hendrickson, Pat Surtain, and TJ Watt. I feel like you said what?
I said I haven't been aggressively looking at the defensive side of the ball. I'm just biased to PS2 because that's my guy. But if it's Myles Garrett, I don't know who it is. I haven't been looking at the numbers like that.
I don't think they'll give it to TJ Watt because I think he missed a couple games. Yeah. I know Trey Hendrickson, he led the league in sacks. I know Zach Bond, he just was amazing this season, and he was signed as a veteran minimum contract for 1 year, and he just ended up being amazing, which is crazy. But I know Trey Hendrickson, he led the league in sacks, but I think they're just gonna give it to Myles Garrett because
I'm saying, bro, I'm not giving.
It makes sense.
I ain't giving nothing to the Bengals, bro. Well, first of all, I'm not giving nothing to the defensive side of the Bengals football field.
That's also true.
I'm not giving y'all nothing. I'm sorry. Because y'all the real reason why shit was not shaking for real. Joe Burrow got it together. But that nigga had an elite season. Y'all couldn't capitalize. Y'all not getting rewarded for nothing. Give that shit to Myles Garrett.
That's real. Yeah. And then offensive player of the year is Saquon, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Derrick Henry, and Lamar Jackson.
why are these Bengal ass niggas here, bro?
I'm not gonna hold you. Joe Burrow, he had a great season. Jamar Chase he had the most receptions, yards, and touchdowns in the NFL. Derrick Henry, he ran for 1,900 yards. Lamar Jackson is Lamar. He's not gonna win this because he's gonna win MVP. But like Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow deserve to be up here, bro.
This is Saquon Barkley's award. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is.
This is Saquon's.
Yeah, 2,000 yards. That's all you got to say.
Yeah, literally. Like Saquon had an amazing year. I'm sorry.
And they're still playing, so there's that.
Yeah, NFC Championship.
And then MVP, there's Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, Lamar Jackson. What's that polar bear doing?
In Arlington, Texas. Well, I can't even say that shit because y'all was snowing. Y'all niggas out here snowing these.
Hey, he's not wrong. It was snowing. It was snowing.
I was like, yeah, y'all snow was hitting the ground for real. I guess. Again, why is there a Bengals player here? But yeah,
the answer is Lamar.
The answer is Lamar. Runner up should be Saquon, and then maybe Josh Allen after that, because Saquon be having an amazing year. But I know this is a quarterback award. It's a quarterback award. But if I was running MVP, Christian McCaffrey would have won it last year, and then Saquon would be a runner up this year. But this is not how it works. It's a quarterback award.
I would have Lamar and then Josh Allen, but like I said, it doesn't really matter because all that matters is a winner. So as long as Lamar wins, I'll be fine with it.
Yeah, if you're not first, you're last, so it really don't matter anymore.
But that was all the NFL stuff. But we got to move on to the NBA right fast because they just released their All-Star starters. And these starters, normally they come with a lot of backlash. And I feel like this year, I mean, I haven't heard that much backlash, but I feel like there is some cases that like make me a little, huh? But starting with the Eastern All-Stars, we have,
and these are the starters.
Jalen Brunson. Yeah, these are the starters. So all the full list also hasn't been listed, but go ahead.
No, I was saying the reserves and the rest of the All-Stars, they'll come I think not this next week, but probably the following week. Well, it might be next week. It's probably next week, most likely. Which is probably where the real snubs, backlash conversations. You're really gonna have those real conversations. Most of these starters, they're not really an argument for real.
Eastern Conference, we have Jalen Brunson starting point guard, Donovan Mitchell is a 2, Jason Tatum, you have Giannis, and then you have Karl Anthony Towns. 2 Knicks. I shouldn't be surprised. So I guess that New York bias still is a thing. So, but I mean, Cat's been playing amazing this season, so he deserved to be starting.
Yeah, I don't know a big man in the East that should have gotten an over Cat. So, exactly. And as far as Jalen Brunson, I think the only people that have a conversation, people were talking about LaMelo Ball getting snubbed because he was number 1 in fan vote, and
I'm surprised LaMelo's not starting because I know like a whole lot, like his game's sort of taken off and he's been healthy, so. And a lot of young kids be like, "Oh my gosh, LaMelo!" Blah blah blah. So I'm really surprised he's not starting. But.
Well, LaMelo need to be on that goddamn court. Regardless, he need to be there.
I want to say he will, but I don't know. People be stupid, so
nah, he needs to be.
I've also seen people say Cade should have been up there, and I can't be mad at that because Cade has been hooping
as a starter. They probably won't give it. You know, I wasn't surprised for him not being, whatever, but. Yeah, he'll be probably coming off the bench. They're like the 6th seed now.
Yeah,
so
they're good. So
they're hooping.
Excuse me. And then the Western Conference starters, we have Steph Curry, obviously, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, Kevin Durant, LeBron, and Jokic. It's just like it's an unction and then there's Shea. So it's just all niggas and Shea.
It's like literally, and we already like Curry, KD, all of them are unks, and then it's like, okay, Who gonna have the better season between SGA and Anthony Edwards? Who we gonna put at that start? Who we gonna put at that shooting guard position? That's basically what it was gonna be. If I'm being honest, Steph Curry's there as a starter for namesake. So I'm not gonna lie. Probably a couple guards that technically playing a little bit better than him this year. I think Kyrie has had a better season this year, but I understand it is Steph Curry. At this point, his namesake, just like LeBron did his namesake, just like his KD, his namesake. Like, obviously they're good, so I'm not diminishing their talents, but we know we know what gets the ratings up, nigga. Like,
literally, yeah,
literally.
And it's funny how everybody in this picture has won an MVP. Well, Shea hasn't, but soon.
He's about to.
Everybody here has won an MVP. That's funny.
At least one MVP.
Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy. But yeah, I don't think there's anybody in the West that had an argument of cracking this starting five. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I can't really like Ant, but no, because Shea's been destroying the entire NBA. I mean, Devin Booker, maybe, because he's been very, very good these past few games. Well, and he's always good in general, but still.
If Luka was healthier, maybe he would crack one of these starting lineups, but he's been out with injury. But yeah, outside of that, yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. Kawhi is never healthy enough.
Yeah, I don't even want Kawhi participating in any type of extra basketball game.
Yeah, so yeah, nobody in the West is really cracking the starting line. Yeah, fair.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at it.
All-Star, it doesn't have does All-Star have the game limit or no?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't have a game limit, but they take games played in consideration when it comes to different stuff like that. Am I missing? Like I said, we'll talk about next week's who made the cut, who got snubbed, and on that Western side, there's a lot of conversation to be had.
It's been. I just know it's going to be a whole lot of snubs on the Western because the Western Conference is too good, so it's going to be a whole lot of good players just left out.
There's going to be a snub. There's a real possibility that Houston don't get no All-Stars in, and they're second seed in the West.
I don't think there was no question in my mind they wasn't getting an All-Star. I don't think
I was pushing Sengun, maybe, but like he's not leading the team in scoring. Jalen Green is,
and Jalen Green is not respect Jalen Green. You're not an All-Star.
Yeah, his January research, his month of January, that shit should have happened in November or December if you wanted to get like a real All-Star nod. But it's January; it's a little too late for that. Respect to it, but that's the conversation.
He been hooping though. Can't you hate? He been hooping. It just
he's definitely been hooping. No disrespect. They're second seed for a reason. Like them niggas beat the Cavs. Shout out to Darius Garland because that nigga definitely missed 2 free throws. That shit was funny as hell. Fucking crazy. But yeah, now that we got that out the way, about that time.
I think it's about that time.
About that goddamn time. I think it is. Let me go ahead and get my theme music. All right. We're here for the NFL picks, but before we get into the before we get into championship picks, we'll go ahead and do a quick recap, quick review of what happened last week in the divisional rounds. We'll start off. Shit, where do you want to start off, actually?
I mean, we can just do it how the order that it actually went in real life. So
yeah,
we can.
What happened for was it Texans first?
Yeah, Texans and Chiefs was first. That game, it was sort of in Patrick Mahomes like Thanos. He's inevitable. He's never lost in divisional round, which is a crazy stat. But this game was more the same. Although there was a lot of
questionable calls.
There was a lot of questionable calls, specifically around like roughing the passer and stuff like that. And I like Mahomes, but I don't be liking all that flopping stuff. I hate flopping, bro. I hate that so much. But honestly, even without the flopping, the Texans were still gonna lose, so it don't even matter for real.
Yeah, I was looking at that and I'm like, look, I already know the script for this.
Yeah.
This is not y'all time. This is Pat Mahomes' time to go ahead and eat the
And
dope.
the Texans then got every single receiver on their team hurt. So like this was just running out of bodies. So it was time sort of just ran out on them. So like they had a great season, but
it was inevitable. It was inevitable.
You keep running out of bodies, it's bound to happen. Speaking of running out of bodies, the Lions did the exact same thing because they lost later on that night to the Commanders. They lost 45-31, and the Lions on defense, everybody's been hurt from every big contributor on the Lions was hurt on defense. So I guess we shouldn't have been surprised they lost. I'm glad. Actually, no, I'm gonna be surprised because the Commanders, to me, I've said it all season, I didn't think they had a good team, but they keep winning. So
clicking at the right time. Left hands up. Who are we? The Commanders. That shit funny. Man,
really, a big reason they lost, though, we can't not talk about Jameson Williams. This is sort of like that dickhead play calling I was talking about because they decided they was down. They decided to run that trick play, with Jameson Williams, the receiver who I like Jameson Williams. I think he's good. He just don't be thinking sometimes. And they passed him the ball so he could throw the ball to another receiver. And like when he caught the ball, I could tell he was gonna throw it. But I was like, please don't throw it. Because when he caught it, the ball wasn't in his hands properly. Like he sort of had to adjust it a little bit and then throw it. And I was like, ain't no fucking way he's about to throw this. He proceeded to throw an interception, and that killed all momentum the Lions had in the game.
Hey, live with it and you die with it, man.
I guess.
You know who would have gave you a better pass? Keenan Allen. And and Ben Johnson's right where he needs to be. That nigga got a spiral on him. I'm like, damn, Keenan, what the fuck? That can throw. Yeah, and then shout out to the Commanders. Shout out to Jaden Daniels. 31 points at the half. I know he got a little help on defense with one of those. I think one of those was a pick six, I think. But 31 and a half is crazy. Don't matter who it is. Don't matter what your defense looks like. Bodies or not. Crazy. I think the next day was it Eagles.
Yeah, next day was the Rams at the Eagles, and the Eagles they won that game. I thought the Rams. I thought the Super Bowl was gonna be Rams and Ravens. So look at me, wrong, but that was a really good game. I thought the Rams were gonna come back at the end, but that Eagles pass rush is just too much, bro. There was nothing the Rams could do, literally. Jalen Carter was just coming through unblocked. It was crazy. So,
man, the Rams.
Saquon, of course, Saquon had a 60-yard touchdown run, and then 2 plays later had an 80-yard touchdown run. So he was just destroying them. So I can't really do nothing.
Yeah, shout out to Jalen Hurts. On his Dr. Umar, dodging traps and interview questions. When that lady asked him, "You like playing in the snow?" And he said, "I don't like snow." Shout out to you, W Mans. That nigga knows he can get clipped out of context. He said, "I like playing football." I'll say that. Good PR answer, nigga. Good PR answer, nigga.
Jalen Hurts, he's also hurt. So coming into this upcoming week is going to be something to watch for. But the final game, the game that ruined my day, the Bills beat the Ravens 27-25. The game was a lot closer than the score even made it seem. Even though the score is very close, the Ravens almost won that game. Lamar, he had 2 turnovers early, but they didn't really. One of them was a pick, but the Bills didn't score on that drive, so it didn't affect anything. Lamar's turnovers weren't that big of a deal, but Mark Andrews, he lost a fumble that was tragic. And then what might have been even worse, he dropped the game time wide open, completely wide open. Game time, 2-point conversion. He just hit his hands. He dropped the ball. And they end up losing by 2 points. Granted, I think even if he would have caught that ball for the 2-point conversion, there was still way too much time. Josh Allen was just going to go down the field and score.
Yeah.
But still, it would have been cool to see the Ravens at least have a chance to win it for real.
Yeah, man, too much blame. It's too much blame happening on Mark Andrews deserves his blame. Don't
Yeah,
get me,
for sure.
but I felt like it was just too much blame. I feel like the fumble was a lot more costly than dropping the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Because you just had so much time left when you had that fumble. Like, bro, like
They was moving the ball. Like,
yeah, but
like he fumbled. He was getting on that fumble. That was like a 15, 20-yard gain. He was moving. He was trying to get some yards, and he just took the ball.
Yeah, so that one was more critical than the 2-point conversion. Because had he made the 2-point conversion, like I ain't gonna lie, like Buffalo been moving up and down the field just the same. Like they moving up and down that goddamn. At least the last drive, they went down like 90 yards.
Yeah,
they walked the niggas down.
Yeah,
like,
that's
shit. So, for me, if I have to do the blame chart, 40% Mark Andrews, 40% Lamar, because I can't excuse those 2 turnovers that happened.
Fair enough.
And then 20% John Harbaugh, because my nigga, why did we not utilize the Lamar Derrick Henry combo that I saw like literally the last week of like, damn, I don't know who's gonna run this ball. Y'all got 2 niggas in the backfield.
Really, there was one drop. I think like Lamar had like threw it to Bateman. He got down at the 1, and they end up not scoring. I think they got a field goal, but they couldn't score a touchdown. And like they did like 3 straight pass plays. I'm like, you got the 1, bro. Just hand that ball to Derrick Henry so he can score.
You got two athletic niggas in the backfield, bro. Like what? Nah, granted, I get it. When you fumble the ball and you turn the ball over and like you're down 21-7, that changes your whole game plan from the run plays to I got to pass heavy now. But still, nigga, you got weapons back there, man.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry could have walked some of them niggas down. I don't know.
So many things could have been different, but alas, whatever. Let's get into the picks though. Let's get into the picks because championship weekend now. The first matchup will be on Sunday. It'll be the AFC Championship. We got the Bills at the Chiefs. I am believing in Patrick Mahomes still. So I'm taking the Chiefs in that game. Who are you taking? Oh, I'm tripping. That game is second. That game is the final game. But regardless, who are you picking?
I'm gonna be honest. Josh Allen is the only nigga that's been able to defeat Demon Magic. If anybody's going to be Pat, it's going to be Josh Allen. Because I don't think anybody in the NFC is going to touch this nigga.
Yeah,
so,
nah.
This is only Josh Allen's hope that we don't see a Patrick Mahomes Super Bowl again. So I'm gonna pick Josh Allen. I think he found something. Everything is different Arrowhead, but I don't know.
And then the early game will be the NFC Championship, the Commanders at the Eagles. Who are you taking?
Man, look, my left hand's up. My left hand is up, man. I'm sorry. Give me the fucking Commanders, bro.
Jalen Hurts, he's been injured, and like I think like he had like a concussion 2 weeks ago, and then he hurt his knee last game and all that. But I'm gonna still go with the Eagles because they got Saquon Barkley in the backfield, and he's just been running for like 200 yards every single game. And then they still got AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. They haven't been throwing the ball that well, but the Commanders' corners aren't good enough to match up with AJ Brown and Devontae Smith because most people aren't. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I think
we both pick different teams on both games.
That's rare. That is definitely rare.
We finna see then. We finna see.
I'm just ready for something different. I'm dreading an Eagles Chiefs rematch. I don't want that.
I don't really want that, but like I still, like I said, I'm tired. Like I don't get why the Commanders have kept winning, so that's why I don't want them in there. And then like I still think Lamar Jackson is better than Josh Allen, so that's why I need Mahomes to win. Because if Josh Allen wins, people are like, "Oh my gosh, Josh Allen's the best," and I'm like, "No, he's not." So I have agendas I need to push. That's why I need Eagles Chiefs again. I don't care.
Hey man, best of luck to you. Best of luck. That's a bet. But with that further ado, or with that being said, it's time. Time, brother. It's time for hot take of the week. Jax, do you have your hot take?
But yes, I in fact do have a hot take. And I have nothing to back this up at all. This is why it's a pure hot take. I know everybody's saying that Jaden Daniels having the best rookie season of all time and blah, blah, blah. And I guess that's technically true. But Michael Penix is going to be the best quarterback from that draft.
Shit.
No matter what.
Oh,
oh
shit.
The quarterback from that draft.
Oh.
I feel like he has all the weapons for it. Granted, like Chicago has weapons for sure, but like I said, I already sort of addressed my issues with Chicago back then. And they're also just the Bears, so they're cursed. Granted, Michael Penix plays for the Falcons, so they're cursed a little bit too. But he has a good running back. He has a head coach. I think that head coaching, I think it's somewhat stable. Like I said, he has a running back. He has two good receivers in Mooney and London who can help maximize his talents. And of course, we'll need some more offensive help in the future. But I just think whatever that it factor is, I think Michael Penix has it. He has a strong arm. He has like that cool demeanor, which Jaden Daniels, of course, has as well. But I don't know. I just something about Michael Penix make me feel like he's going to be the best quarterback that's come out this draft. Yes, Jaden has had a much better start, but this is something I can feel, something I can see happening.
It's like
that's
like Jalen Hurts in his draft. Like nobody was really expecting that nigga to blossom.
Who else was in Jalen Hurts' draft?
What year did he come out?
Was he not 20? 21 maybe?
I know he was in the second round. I know he was a second round draft pick.
He was a second round pick. He got drafted in 2020. It
was in 2020. Was that Trevor Lawrence's draft?
No, 2020 was Joe Burrow, Tua, Herbert, Jordan Love, and Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, and I think people had Jalen Hurts more towards the bottom of that.
For sure.
Yes, for sure. And I think a lot of people have Michael Penix a little lower.
Yeah, because I mean, he was getting there, or not even was getting. He did get drafted after, like, I think.
He got drafted.
JJ McCarthy as well, right? Because JJ McCarthy got drafted before him. JJ McCarthy he wasn't hurt then, but
he wasn't hurt then. He got drafted before Bo Nix for sure, because I think Denver was eyeing Penix, and nobody expected the Falcons to go and just grab Penix. So, yeah, I think he was the last pick before Bo Nix, and I don't think anybody.
I'm wrong. McCarthy was drafted after Michael Penix. Michael Penix went 8, McCarthy went 10, and Bo Nix went 12. But regardless, I think Michael Penix is going to be the best quarterback from this draft.
Hey, man, this might be a stronger QB class than niggas might give it credit for.
Yeah, because even though I don't like Bo Nix, he had a successful season this year. JJ McCarthy, we don't know yet. Michael Penix, when he got to start, he looked like he was going to be something for real. Drake May, you could see the flashes where it was. Jaden Daniels is finna be at the Super Bowl possibly. And Caleb Williams, he dresses like Blade now, but he should be better.
Yeah. Outside of Caleb Williams, there was potentially 3 rookie quarterbacks that were in playoff hunt. If not 4 rookies that were in the playoff hunt. Like Atlanta was there all the way until
they weren't.
Until they weren't. And you have Bo Nix make the playoffs. Jaden Daniels make the playoffs. And then I think JJ McCarthy,
technically he's in the playoffs.
Like, even if he was playing, I think he would have been conservative enough to win enough games to squeeze into the playoffs. So this might be a nice little class. Looking back,
we might have to check back in a couple years, see where everybody is. All of them out the league now.
Oh my goodness. And I think I'll give my This is a side hot take. Ashley from Love Is Blind. I want you to shut the hell up. This goes back to another hot take that I had. Women should talk less. I stand on it. I'm sorry. The more people want to call it a misogynist take, the more I get proven right by the fucking day. Please stop talking. We got to talk less. People should talk less, but women should talk less too. I think we should emphasize.
You fresh and fit, Greg?
No, I'm not even fit yet. Nah, we're cool. But my real hot take, had to get it out the way. It was bothering me, nigga, because it was. I hear yapping. Lamar Jackson. I know y'all was talking about Lamar Jackson being like James Harden. Like y'all did the AI photo of him of like Harden on the thing. And I'm gonna be honest, if we're being truthful, I think that's an appropriate comparison. I think it's an appropriate comparison. And the only people that sigh and do whatever, like whoever like disagrees with this or like, oh, here we go, it's mainly because you have a negative view of James Harden. That's really all it is.
I love James Harden.
Just have a negative view of James Harden, and just by the numbers, like, and not even by the numbers, that's just the trajectory it is. Just when I said Mike Tomlin is on the trajectory of Doc Rivers, Lamar is on the trajectory of James Harden, where there's going to be a bunch of niggas that want to rewrite history and say Lamar didn't do this or Lamar didn't do that, or just trash this nigga and say he's like a piss poor or horrible ass playoff performer. But when you actually look at the games and when you were actually there, you're like, this nigga was good. Like, that nigga got sold. Mark Andrews sold that nigga at the end. Now, was his responsibility to, make sure he didn't fuck up in the beginning and kind of like, mess things up? Sure. But when he needed his teammates the most, his teammates fucked him over. Same with James Harden. When James Harden was hooping, niggas love to say that nigga was choking. But you go back and you look at these playoff games, nigga was dropping 40. Nigga had, and the games he said they choked, it's like a 28-point game. Like, okay, the nigga dropped 20. You making it seem like, niggas be making it seem like the nigga had 10, 15 points. No, he was still hooping. But PJ Tucker wasn't hitting his shots that day, or whatever the fuck it was. That's the trajectory that Lamar Jackson is gonna have. Sometimes when you win a Super Bowl, you get leadway and niggas stop talking about your downfalls and the shit that you do. We just look at Giannis. When Giannis won that championship in 2021, it didn't matter that nigga got knocked off by the 8th seed in Jimmy Butler. It didn't matter that he got knocked off in other games after that, because that championship holds weight. But when you don't have that shit, they're always gonna find an excuse to say who's better. Josh Allen gonna be better than you, or this person's gonna be better than you. Yeah, I think it is the appropriate comparison. He is football James Harden right now, and he will not appreciate Lamar until he retires, if he never was a Super Bowl.
I just don't like I understand. I agree with you saying I understand. I just don't like that comparison, because I know how people do, and I know how people like because you saw the AI pictures with James Harden. People using that to disrespect him. It's just like,
yeah, because they don't respect. Because they don't respect James.
I know, that's why I don't like, because I know people are just going to use that to be like, oh, Lamar is trash and blah blah. Because in 3 years, when people look back at like this playoff specific thing, like, oh, Lamar, he threw 2 picks. He was trash this game. He's just like, I watched the game. He was great. They just happened to have 2 terrible plays at the end that ruined everything. So stuff like that's just gonna annoy me. But
are you just gonna run into the greatest basketball team to ever form, and they're gonna be like,
Lamar's running into the greatest quarterback to ever play football? Like, it's just one of them decades, one of them years, whatever you want to say.
Exactly. So the only way he can write this ship off is if he wins the Super Bowl, and then he'll be in different conversations. But if he never wins the Super Bowl, this is the arc. This is the arc he has. I hope he turns it around. I'm rooting for him, but I know how that works. I fucking hate AI now. Every day I hate it a little bit more than I did the day before.
People have no idea the consequences of what they're doing. I can get on. People have no idea the damage they're actually doing to the world, both literally and metaphorically. But I digress.
Fucking ass. But that about wraps it up for this pod. Any last words? Finally figure out what's going to be different, or said you said last week you're gonna have something different to say, and you lost your train of thought. So when you went back to your regular,
yeah, for sure. I haven't regained that train of thought. I haven't even considered thinking about anything new. So I'm gonna just keep it like I always say. And if you want to change your life, go and do some life changing shit, man.
Happy early birthday to me. By the time we have another podcast, my birthday will pass. So, in Darvin Ham's words, salute. Type shit. And if you want to bless a nigga, you want to bless a nigga real quick.
Donation.
Hey.
Donation.
Hey.
I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. And you got the power to change that.
You do have the power to hit this charitable donation.
Go ahead and sponsor Greg a little. I don't even know what they're having up there to eat. I'm not gonna hold you.
Nigga, whatever country, nigga. We have regular restaurant food.
I don't know what's nice up there. I don't know what restaurants I got up there.
Hey, if y'all want to treat me to like Fleming's, like steakhouse, you know what I mean? If y'all want to give me some steak real quick, that or if you want to be on a little lower scale and hit me with a Cheesecake Factory, I love Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, they're good.
that overbearing ass menu.
Listen,
extra ass menu.
They got some shit on there.
They do got some shit on there. I missed the Buffalo Blast. I hadn't had that in a minute. Niggas don't be knowing about that one. It's a good little appetizer.
You're right.
Oh, you don't? Oh, look. Tap in, nigga. Tap in. You gonna thank me later. Tap in, brother. What do you get?
Right.
You a pasta nigga, huh? You probably get that Louisiana chicken pasta.
I don't know. I ain't been to Cheesecake Factory in forever. I haven't been to Cheesecake Factory in forever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
You saying that I'm not really an appetizer type. I'm not really an appetizer type nigga.
You're not? Like just like in general?
Yeah, I'm not really an appetizer type of nigga.
I love appetizer. I love eating half and then taking half back.
Eat it there, bro. Like if it's there, I'll get it, but like I'm not really an appetizer type of nigga.
Unless it's too messy and it's not gonna taste like it's not gonna reheat the same. I'm gonna always take it to go.
There's that too. I'm gonna be thinking about appetizers like that. I don't be thinking about taking appetizers to go. That's smart.
Yeah,
that's smart.
Yeah, because you eat half and then because they give you a lot on the appetizer. Damn near his own meal.
Exactly. I'm not gonna eat all this. What the hell? But that is you're thinking smarter, not harder. I'm gonna take this information into. I want to make sure I remember it.
That's real. That's real. But like you said, like it has to make sense to reheat though. Like if it don't have no real reheat value, then you're cooked. It don't matter if you take it to go. Like don't get no damn nachos to go. That's crazy. Shit's gonna be soggy to the bitch.
Really disgusting.
But we'll catch y'all next week. And hopefully more breaking news will happen and we will react to it.